Welcome to the Lifetime Assembly channel. My name is John, and today I'm going to help you assemble your utility shed. Before we get started, make sure the model number of your shed is listed in the description below. This video will follow the steps outlined in the assembly manual that comes with the shed. If you've already begun and need help on a specific step, check the comments or description below for a timestamp associated with each step. Now let's take a look at what comes inside the box. There are steps within this assembly that require more than one person, so be sure to have at least one other adult available to help. Before we get into the assembly process, let's take a look at the tools you'll need to complete the job. You'll need a 7/16 socket, a 3/8 socket, a rubber mallet, a hammer, a Phillips head screwdriver, safety glasses, a drill. You may see us use an impact driver. If you decide to use one as well, be sure not to over torque or over tighten the hardware. To make this easier, we're going to use our sockets on a socket adapter. When assembling the shed, make sure to assemble on a flat, hard surface and where it's going to stay. This video is meant to be used as a companion to the assembly manual and not a direct replacement. So for the best results, make sure to have the assembly manual on hand during the build. It's also crucial that you refer to the assembly manual to review the safety instructions for this build to prevent serious injury or property damage. All right, let's get started. Take a hinge tube that has a notch on both ends and insert it into the bottom of the left door, which is the door with the Lifetime logo. You may need to use a rubber mallet to help get this in. Twisting the tube while you insert it may help it pass through anything it's catching on. Attach the locking hardware to the holes just below the Lifetime logo. If there's plastic in the way, go ahead and punch it out with the screwdriver. Take your left door channel and align the holes on the edge with the notches on the door, and then secure it to the door, starting in the middle, working your way out. Using a drill will make this step easier. Just be careful not to over tighten the hardware and keep pressure between the door and the channel as you drill. There are two dead bolts and they are different. Place them over the holes on the door and channel, making sure they're oriented like this. Secure with the screws. The screws may look too big, but they are self-tapping screws, so they are designed to create a tight fit. Verify that the lock can move freely. If it can't, go ahead and loosen the screws just a little bit. Put the two handle pieces together and secure to the door with the hardware. Insert a hinge tube with a notch at both ends into the right door using the same method as the first door. Take the square tube with the two holes that are close together, align those holes with the two holes on the door, and then insert from the bottom of the door. Leave a few inches hanging out so you can insert the plug into the bottom of the tube. Now finish inserting the tube until it's flush with the bottom of the door. Attach the handle using the same method as the other door. Attach a lock and hardware to the door. If there's plastic in the hole, use a Phillips head screwdriver to punch it out. To connect the floor panels together, have one person stand on a floor panel while you lift the other floor panel up at a 45-degree angle, interlock the tabs, and then lay it back down. Secure the floor panels together by inserting the screws into the divots on the floor. On the back edge of the floor panel, insert the wall panel labeled AHD into these cutouts. To lock the panel into place, slide it over to the left. I'm comfortable kicking it over with my foot, but if you're not, you can use a block and a rubber mallet. Add another wall panel labeled AHD next to the previous wall panel and insert it using the same method as before. Before securing the panels together, you may notice some plastic where the holes should be. Go ahead and drill those out with your screw and then secure the panels together. To ensure the screws thread properly, it's a good idea to have someone on the other side of the shed pushing against you while you're drilling. For this corner, you're going to need corner wall panel labeled AGW. Insert the tabs at the bottom of the wall into these cutouts and then slide it over to lock it into place. Lean the panel away and then fold the corner over and line up the tab at the bottom of the wall panel with the cutout and apply downward pressure until it locks into place. Take a hinge tube that doesn't have a notch at either end and insert an end cap into one end. Insert the hinge tube into the bottom of the wall panel labeled AGY, making sure that the end with the cap is at the bottom of the wall panel. Insert the tabs at the bottom of the wall panel into the cutouts on the floor and then slide it to the right to lock it into place. Secure the panels together with the hardware. Bend the wall panel over, add the hinge cap oriented like this, and then place the hinge tube into the hole through the floor as far as it will go. Add the corner wall panel labeled AGL to this corner using the same method as the other corner panel. Insert the cap into the tube and then the tube into the wall panel using the same method as before. Add the wall panel to the floor with the hinge cap using the same method as before. If you're having a hard time lining the hinge tube up with the hole in the floor, lean the wall back just a little bit so you can get a better view. On the two front corner wall panels next to the hinge tubes, add the bracket and secure it to the wall with the silver screw and then secure it to the floor with the black screw. There are two kinds of wall supports, ones with the slits and ones without. For this step, we're going to be using the ones without. Orient your wall support like this, and then add your bracket to the hole at the end, making sure that the long side of the bracket is against the wall support. Do this for the other end of the support as well. Repeat the previous step for the other wall support. To make this step easier, slide the L brackets down as far as they will go. You'll notice this notch on the rear corner panels. Insert the wall support into that channel and then secure to the wall panel through the bottom two holes for now. Do the same process on the other side. Secure the bracket at the bottom to the floor with the screw. Add the wall supports to the middle of the back walls, making sure that the two holes that are close together are at the top. Add the hardware to the top hole, making sure that the head of the bolt is on the inside of the shed. Next, we're going to secure the wall to the tube. To make sure this is done correctly, have a person on the outside and make sure the wall is straight so that it doesn't lean too far to one side or the other. Before we get started, double check that this tube is pushed down as far as it will go. The screw is designed to go through the metal in the tube, but because the tube is round, this may prove to be difficult, so you may need to gradually increase your speed and pressure. Take the square tube with the 3 oblong holes and place it inside the notches on the underside of the roof, and then secure with the hardware. Take the rectangular tube and place it into the notches at the front of the roof panel, line up the holes, and secure with the hardware. You don't need to add hardware to the holes at the ends, and the 2 holes in the middle need to be facing up. With the help of another person, take the left door, which is the door with the Lifetime logo, and place the hinge into the hinge cap, making sure that the notch in the hinge goes over the rib in the hinge cap. Place another hinge cap over the hinges at the top. Repeat the previous step for the other door. With the help of another person, lift the roof onto the shed, making sure that this bar is at the front of the shed. To make the next steps easier, make sure that your roof panel is sitting flush against the walls. Start securing the roof panel to the walls through these back 4 holes. It may be helpful to have someone on the other side applying downward pressure. This hardware will need to be inserted at an upward angle. Now secure through the other 4 holes on the back wall. Secure the roof panel to the side wall through these 4 holes. Now do the same for the other side. At the front of the shed, secure the wall and roof together through the holes on the ends. Secure the wall support L bracket to the roof support with the hardware. Take your shelf bracket and attach it to the wall. There are 3 different height settings you can choose from. Decide how high you want to put it and then match it on both sides of the wall. Add these shelf brackets to the back wall supports, making sure to match where you put the other shelf brackets. Take the round tube and insert it into the recess at the bottom side of the shelf until you hear it click into place. Add your shelf to the brackets, making sure that the tube on the bottom side of the shelf is closer to the front of the shed than the back. Line up the holes in the brackets with the holes in the shelf and secure with the hardware. Finish securing the wall supports to the side walls with the hardware. Place your wall hooks throughout the shed into these recesses. Next, you're going to need to level your doors. To see a video on how to properly do that, follow this link here. Thank you for watching this video on how to assemble your Lifetime utility shed. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up. For more content like this, subscribe to our channel. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to our customer service team and check out our other awesome products at lifetime.com.